going on, everyone? Misha Wilson here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome to part 2 of this YouTube Profits playlist. Now, with that said, if you missed part 1, make sure you go back and check out part 1 before you go ahead and continue on to part 2, today's video. There will be a link below this video so you can go back and watch part 1. Now, within this playlist, we have one of our master YouTube instructors, Unique, sharing his exact methodology and formula for creating profits with YouTube. All right, so how to create the right creatives, how to go ahead and create the right audiences, find the right audiences, bid correctly, and literally everything in between. It's all broken down in this video, and I know that you'll get a ton of value. So with that said, as always, please let me know what your biggest takeaway is in the comments section below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon notification button, and I will see you on the inside. With that said, let's go ahead and cut to today's training video.
Welcome to the Misha Wilson Show, where we show you how to create massive success online so you can enjoy the lifestyle of your wildest dreams.
The first step of getting started with YouTube is obviously creating the account, setting up your email address and whatnot. I'm going to skip that because you guys are all smart people. You guys already are on YouTube, because if not, you wouldn't be here on this webinar probably. But that's step number 1, starting your YouTube account, starting your Google Ads account so you can actually start running ads. Now we're going to speak about an ad, and that's the first step that we need to do is create the ad. I know that John and Misha are going to do a whole workshop on ad creation. So I'm going to save you the quote unquote painfulness of going through the entire framework, because you either already went through it or you're going to go through it. And if you're not going through it, let's twist Misha's arm to do a session on this. Okay, it's super important. But what I'm going to give you are a few principles in terms of what is needed in this ad for it to be effective. And I love how you guys are being so active already, like, hey, drop examples in Send Facebook group. I am going to do it. So thank you for being alert. But yeah, I will definitely post some. I will definitely post some examples in the Facebook group that you guys can take a look at of effective YouTube ads. I just didn't want to waste your time right now. I prefer giving you the principles. So let me break down in a very simple way the framework of a YouTube ad. There's a first 5 seconds, there's a first 30 seconds, and then the call to action. That's kind of like how I want to break it down. To have an effective YouTube ad, the first 5 seconds of an ad in YouTube are unskippable, meaning you cannot click those annoying ads away for the first 5 seconds. So in the first 5 seconds, you want to come up with a super strong hook. And I'm going to go deeper in that in the next slide. Then for the first 30 seconds, which the first 5 seconds is included, you want to bring them an irresistible offer. You want your viewer to know exactly what it is that they're getting by taking action right now by seeing this ad. That makes sense, okay? So you want them to click that button to learn more, to buy now, to download a book, to watch a video, but it has to be crystal clear in the first 30 seconds what it is are you going to offer in that ad. Because if you're not clear in that first 30 seconds, you will lose them. But the other important thing, and I want you to write this down, is you do not pay any view of the video if they don't interact for the first 30 seconds. Meaning, if they watch the first 30 seconds and they click away, you don't pay for that view, for that impression, I should say. If they watch your ad longer than 30 seconds, is when you're gonna start paying for that view. I'm gonna say it again and try to simplify this. In the first 30 seconds, this person watching your video is counted as an impression, but you only pay for views. Meaning, if they stay longer than 30 seconds or they click on your call to action, meaning I'm gonna download the book, I'm gonna go to your landing page, it's when you start paying. So the first 30 seconds, you can consider it free advertising. How powerful is that type in the number 1. If you are not clear of what I just said, type in the number 2. I just want to make sure this is crystal clear because this is the power of YouTube. Okay, number 2. If you're not clear, type in why it's not clear for you. And I'm going to try to explain this a little bit better. Meanwhile, I'm going to go further on. Then once that 30 seconds is passed and you have that irresistible offer clear, the person is, I'm going to give you an example here. Let me just go to the next slide here in a second. Once that irresistible offer is super clear, after the 30 seconds, you can go into the meats and potatoes of what it is that you want to explain in your ad. Then on the last 10 seconds, you want to have a call to action. And I'm going to put, I put this point down in the framework specifically because it's very important that you have a still slide, meaning a frozen slide that doesn't move, that gives a call to action. I'm going to show you a screenshot here in a second with a countdown or just some music. Because what happens is that if people are watching the ads and they want to take action, but they just wanted to watch the entire ad, and you don't give them the time to actually click, it will go through the next video. So you want to have that 10-second, that 15-second buffer where it just sits there and says, hey, download my free book. Hey, click the link below. So you give them that 10 seconds time to actually take action, because if your ad just finished, like, okay, guys, download the book, bye, and it goes to the next video, you just lost a potential lead. Question number, okay, so Daniel is asking, how much do you pay after 30 seconds? It really depends on your targeting. It depends on what type of bidding you are doing. And we're going to go dive into that a little bit deeper. There's no fixed costs, so to say. You can control how much you want to pay per lead. You can control how much you want to pay per buyer. You can control how much you want to pay per view. You can control, you just want to spend money without knowing how much you want to spend. But it depends on your conversion, your bidding strategy. But we're going to go into a little bit deeper. So again, I'm going to go deeper into step number 1, ad creation here for the first 5 seconds. Okay. So the first 5 seconds, you want to have a strong hook. For example, true story. I made X amount of money with this system. Are you next? Because again, for the first 5 seconds, they cannot click away. So you want to capture their attention by giving them a fact, by giving them your result. Don't come up with a random number. Don't get in trouble with the FTC or any other organization. Stay honest, stay true. But you can always say, hey, I made X amount with this system. Are you next? John made X amount with this system. Do you want to be next? Do you ever feel like XYZ? Have you ever noticed that XYZ? What if you could join a business and make money and live your dream life? Skip this ad if this doesn't resonate with you. Skip this ad if you do not want to make money online. Okay? That's a hook. So you want to try to at least come up with 3 hooks. This is actually a homework. I was going to say homework right now. I didn't plan to say that, but I'm going to give you guys homework. Come up with 3 hooks. Drop them in the Facebook group and let's review them all. Let's do it as a collective. Let's keep each other accountable. So write down 3 hooks for your specific ad and drop them into the Facebook group, okay? And then once you set that hook, once you deliver that hook, then say, skip this ad if you do not want to X, Y, and Z. Because I prefer that people click away if they're not interested. I don't want to waste their time. I don't want them to waste your time nor money. Because again, the first 30 seconds are free, okay? So we want to make sure that we qualify the people in that first 5 to 30 seconds, okay? Now, in terms of I know the questions are going to come up. I'm not a good video person. I don't want to be on the video. I'm terrible in speech. You can come up with any type of excuse that you want, but all of them can be overcome. And also the other question is, how bad do you really want it? Okay. Now, if you not want to be on the video, you can do Google Slides. You can do Keynote. You can do PowerPoint. You can hire an actor on Fiverr.com. You can go to Upwork.com. There's a lot of different ways you could do it. I even have a friend that I thought she was, first of all, beautiful. Second of all, really well spoken. And third of all, I thought she could really capture somebody's attention. Like, hey, look, if I just invite you for lunch, do you mind spending 15 minutes of your time recording a video? Here's the script. And she did it. She delivered 5 ads. I think lunch was that good. So this is something that you could do as well. All right. So if you have an excuse, the real question is, what can I do to actually make it work? Don't get stuck in that excuse, okay? Because that's not going to get you the results. That's not going to get you the lifestyle. And that's not going to make you money, all right? So let me go to the next slide. I just want to make sure that everybody's still awake, not sleeping, no yogurts, no ice cream. Seeing people taking notes, pictures. I love it. Awesome. Now, step number 1, ad creation for the first 30 seconds, okay? We're going to dive into that second step here. For the first 30 seconds, now that you have their attention, you delivered the hook, you want to tell them like, hey, you know, for example here, true story, I made X amount with this system. Are you next? Skip ad if you're not interested in making money online. In the next 2 minutes, I'm going to explain you X, Y, and Z. And in this part, you're delivering the meat and the potatoes, okay? You want to give them exactly what you're going to give them in the entire ad so they're crystal clear why they're watching this ad and why it's beneficial to them. Don't make this ad about you, make it about them. Figure out who's your target market. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a workshop that you guys already had, or it's going to be in the next few days on figuring out who's your target market. What's their pain point? What's their desired outcome? What kind of myths do they believe in that you can bust right away? What kind of like light bulb moment can you give them in this ad? They're like, wow, I had no idea this guy could just in the first 30 seconds or the first minute, like kill this pain point, give me this outcome, destroy this myth, and give me this light bulb moment. I want to download this book. I want to watch this video so he can explain it more. That's the effect that you want to have in your ad. And if you can deliver this clarity in the first 30 seconds, even better. I'm not telling you that the ad should be 30 seconds either. If your ad is 30 seconds or lower, you're paying for every single view. Okay, so you want your ad to be longer than 30 seconds. I'm just saying that you should give them that cliffhanger. I mean, you guys all watch Netflix. I'm pretty sure you guys all watch Suits. You want to have that kind of suspense of like, I want to see what's next. That's what you want to create. You want it to stick. You want to give them that clarity in the first 30 seconds, and you want them to stick around for the next minute or so you can give them the full content. Okay, and you're telling them, look, I'm in the next 2 minutes, in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to give you this, so they know they're gonna have to stick around for 2 minutes. You're creating those expectations because you don't want to waste your time, and you don't want to waste their time. Okay. So let me open up this chat. Is this crystal clear? Just type in the number 1. I'm dairy free. That's awesome. Awesome. A lot of ones. I love it. Now, step number 3. And again, I could go into the entire framework, language patterns and whatnot, but I don't want to waste your time. I know that John is doing a session about this. I know that you guys can twist Misha's arm about this as well, and he will do a session. I'm pretty sure that they can give you the in-depth of copywriting and how to write words down and deliver words that persuade people into a certain action. Okay, I'm really happy to read that it's all putting it all together. So I'm happy to hear that. If it's not clear, just let me know. I'll try to do questions here on the end. Okay, so call to action. This is kind of like the last slide that you want to stick them on. Again, you don't have to copy and paste exactly what you're seeing on the screen. I'm giving you an example, okay? Misha hates this book cover, so I'm sorry that I used this slide, but it's just something I want to grab real fast. But yeah, I just want to make sure that you guys understand this principle, call to action. You want to have a slide that stays the same for 10 seconds. You can put, if you really want to get fancy, you can put a countdown 10, 9, 8, kind of like New Year's Eve, but then on YouTube. You can put down testimonials, you know, when you're saying download your free book, or, you know, click the link below to watch the case study, click the link below to watch the video. And meanwhile, you can start flashing testimonials. Hey, XYZ helped me to do this. Hey, this system allowed me to do that. Because that 10 seconds, it will take them to realize I need this in my life. Give them that urgency of the countdown if you're technical or if you have somebody doing it. I know there's no button here. On YouTube, there's a button. Unfortunately, right now we're in slides. But and the arrows are normally pointing to a button in YouTube, okay? That's why we have these buttons here. It will show it on the computer and also on the mobile, all right? If this section is clear of the presentation, type in yes, and we're moving on to step number 2.